I want to be able to share a short video with you explaining how you can improve your English. I know that English may be your second, third, or even your fourth language. And if you have more languages, the stronger you can become, but it's also easier to acquire another language. English is my first, and I do have a second language, which is Spanish. And I will be able to relate to what you are experiencing in acquiring your second language or acquiring English. So I have some tips for you on how you can improve your English. My first tip in improving English is to learn like a child. Well, when children learn, they learn by mimicking, copying, listening repeatedly over and over to the language. You'll notice that children love to listen to their parents tell stories over and over because you're hearing the rhythm and the pattern of the language. Well, you want to be able to do that when you're learning English. Of course, one way to do it is to listen to the same stories over and over. Another way is to mimic, which is to copy somebody else and actually try to sound like them. So if you want the British accent, find somebody who speaks British English and be able to copy them so that you sound exactly like them. It's one way to do it. And then in learning like a child, it's also to be able to repeatedly go back over and over and over and over what you're listening to. Maybe it's a YouTube video and you're going to listen to it. Maybe it's songs that you listen to. Maybe there's a song you really like and you're going to listen to it and learn the lyrics. Maybe you don't know all the words right away. Neither do the babies, neither do children. They don't know all the words right away, but they learn to acquire them and then they figure out what they mean and they're hearing it in a natural setting. So learn like a child is one way to get started. My second tip is to make mistakes. You need to make mistakes because that's where the natural learning happens. Children make mistakes and their parents correct them, and you need to make mistakes and then ask if there's something you need to fix. Having a teacher, a mentor, somebody that you really trust to be able to help you fix your mistakes. I know I was learning Spanish when I was a kid and I made mistakes. I said things all wrong. I was trying to tell my best friend's mom that I was embarrassed, but I didn't know it and I told her I was pregnant. I was 12. It wasn't good. But you have to make mistakes. Okay, I know how to say I'm embarrassed in Spanish and not say that I'm pregnant. So it's natural. You have to make mistakes. It's the only way to learn. Okay, the third tip is to just listen to English. Listen to the news, listen to the radio, listen to music, listen to TV, listen to your favorite program. Just keep listening and listening and listening to the English, especially if you can be like a child again and repeatedly listen. If you are unsure about something, you can always rewind it, go back and listen to it again. And in one way of listening is that if you are at a place where you can have subtitles, perfect. Use the subtitles in the English. It will help improve so that you can see the words coming out of the person's mouth and it matches the words on the screen. Now, in listening to the English, you want to be able to keep practicing and practicing and listening and listening. Don't tune everything out. And then you can put it on when you even want to listen to something while you're doing a task, or if you're driving in the car and you want to listen. That's one way to do it so you can keep absorbing the language. But also if you need to listen intently, don't do anything else around, but completely put your focus on listening to the English. My fourth tip that I would offer for you is ask questions. Ask those questions that you have in your mind, even if you have to write them down and ask them later. It's going to help you to understand because it's something that you're burning to know at the moment. And it's something that you know that you're needing to improve. So ask those questions. Even within our Facebook group, you are able to ask those questions, and I do my best to get to those as fast as I can. And there's times where I have to tell you, give me a moment. Let me find the right way to say it because I want to answer your questions. And there's times where I've answered somebody's question and they still ask me a little bit more because maybe I didn't clarify or explain very clearly. So the more questions you ask to gain a better understanding will help you so much in the long run. Ask the questions. No question is considered dumb because actually the question that you're thinking of, there's other people that are thinking the same question and they're afraid to ask. So ask the questions. That's what we're here for. Your teachers want you to ask questions. And usually we're in school and we're always thinking, okay, the teacher always asks the questions of the students. Well, we can switch it around because if you're inquiring to know something, you better ask those questions. So ask away. Okay, one other way would be my tip number 5 on how to learn English. And it helped me when I was learning my language. Switch everything that you possibly can to English. If you read the newspaper, go find it in English. I know that Al Jazeera has a great English newspaper source online, like even on Facebook. I read Al Jazeera news in English. You can too. Find anything that you love doing that involves language, even if it's in your first language. Find it in English. If you like reading a certain book, go find it in English. If you like listening to music, go listen to music in English. If you like watching movies, go watch movies in English. If you like watching television or cable or internet, YouTube, anything, go listen to it in English. Go watch it in English. Just switch everything over. I know that when I was learning English, I loved to read my Bible. I wanted to read and know more. But I found it much more fascinating if I learned it in my other language. So it made me think and slow down a little bit because I was acquiring it, but it made me discover more new words. So switch everything over to English. It'll help you. Okay, my 6th tip will be to make time for practice. You need to make time practice talking. And yes, you can talk to yourself in the mirror. And like when you're getting ready in the morning, talk to yourself. I'm brushing my hair. I'm cleaning my glasses. I'm putting my clothes on. You can talk to yourself. But you can also talk to other people nearby you. There's going to be other people that are interested in learning English and practicing. And instead of talking in your first language together, why don't you practice talking in English together? And yes, make mistakes with each other. It is okay. You can do role playing and doing dialogue. You can practice and practice and practice together, making time for practice. Another way to make practice is within our group. You are able to practice within the lessons. Practice your reading, practice your writing, practice your vocabulary, practice your grammar. Yeah, grammar structure is going to be important because you want to be able to follow the structure of the language. So making time for practice, not just coming on and answering the questions, letter A, answer B, answer C. That's one way, but it's very passive. I want you to see you become an active person in your desire to learn English, that you're really actively practicing and trying. And in one way of doing that is making yourself practice saying and talking the English. Okay, my final last tip for now on how to improve your English: face your fears. Okay, your heart's beating fast. You're getting nervous. You're probably sweating. Face your fears. Just start talking English, practicing. Make your dictation day videos for us. We would love for you even to share a story and post it on Story Day. Practice your English. It doesn't have to be a long video. 30 seconds is going to seem like a long time when you're facing your fear. Maybe there's a poem that you like. Maybe there's one of the lessons we shared, one of the stories we shared, and you want to be able to practice by saying it and recording yourself. Face your fears. That's one best way to overcome that wall, that thing that's blocking you from improving your English, is facing your fears. Just do it. You can do it. We believe in you. I believe in you. And I am excited to see you continue to improve your English, because I want to see you face your fears. Now, I know that improving your English is a major goal for so many of you. Please share in the comments anything that is burning on your heart, a question that you have. Maybe there's a lesson you need from us, and maybe you need to hear me say it in English as the native speaker. Maybe you need our team to help understand an idea to help you improve. Share it in the comments. You know, we have Story Day and Vocabulary Day, Listening Day, Idiom Day, Dictation Day. We share as much as we can with you. And if there's something else you need to know, ask. We're here for you.